Hi, and welcome back to Focal Point AF for Talk. And I have no idea what the solution is to what we just talked about practically. I mean, clearly the solution is to begin reducing welfare benefits. We have to do that. These people have become addicted to it. If you had a crack cocaine dealer out on the corner and he was dispensing stuff that was robbing people of their humanity, you'd say, no, we got to put this guy out of business. Well, that's what our government is doing to these people. Now, she's a victim. I mean, I'm not letting her off the hook here because she's making a choice. You know, she said, look, if somebody offered you $1 million, wouldn't you take it? Well, you know, I wouldn't if I found out it was stolen. If it was drug money, if it was counterfeit money, if it had been, it was there because of a bank heist, no, I wouldn't take it. I wouldn't take $1 million if it was stolen. Well, welfare money is money that has been stolen. It's been stolen by the government. It has been taken from people without their permission to be given to people who are not responsible with those resources. That's just theft. That's the involuntary redistribution of wealth, and it's robbery. It's legal plunder. And it's interesting. She talked about the number of illegal immigrants that are receiving welfare. That's fascinating because she said 80 to 90% of the people, the immigrants, the illegal immigrants, or the immigrants that are in the welfare office are illegal. They're not citizens. So this is just anecdotal, but she said, look, I've seen it with my own eyes. Illegal aliens are collecting welfare benefits. We keep being told they're not eligible, they don't get them, but the reality apparently is much, much different. You know, and you wonder why Democrats, liberals want to get people hooked on welfare. Here it is, CNS News. Americans who were recipients of means-tested government benefits, that is, if your income is low enough, you get money, in 2011 outnumbered year-round full-time workers. According to data released this month by the Census Bureau, outnumbered the total population of the Philippines. There are more people on welfare, and see, means-tested means it's just based on income. That's not Social Security. That's not Medicare, because people pay into those programs. So that's not means-tested. They pay into it, and therefore they get some kind of a return. This is stuff that people qualify for welfare benefits simply because of the level of their income. More people on that kind of welfare in the United States than even live in the entire country of the Philippines, and more people on welfare now in America than are working full-time. So, ladies and gentlemen, that simply is, it's not sustainable. I mean, it's just not sustainable. There's no way that can continue. If something isn't done about it, the whole thing is just going to collapse in on itself. Anyway, let's go to the phones, 888-589-8840. Favorite C.S. Lewis book, A Free for All Friday. Let's go to David in Tyler, Texas. David, welcome. What's on your mind?
Hello, Brian.
Hey.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving to you, sir.
Couple of things. Thank you for your God-honoring devotionals every day. I think you encourage a lot of us, and they really do honor the Lord.
Great.
So thank you for doing that. My favorite C.S. Lewis book, and then if you have time, Brian, I'm a physician. I'd like to make 2 brief points about Obamacare.
Yes, sir.
My favorite C.S. Lewis book is Out of the Silent Planet, and it's like living in the United States. A man is kidnapped and shot into space to a different world by his neighbors, and when he lands there, he's under great persecution, but God uses that to help him mature. But it's great science fiction, Out of the Silent Planet.
Yeah, you know, and I'll tell you, David, I'm a C.S. Lewis fan, and so I read all 3 of his science fiction trilogy. And I don't know, I'm just not a science fiction guy. And for me, David, I mean, I absolutely appreciate, because the themes in those books were fantastic. You know, one of them was sort of a recreation of the entire redemption story on the planet of Venus, I think, one of them. But I don't know, those books just, for some reason, I just don't have a sci-fi component in my chromosomal makeup to be able to appreciate those. So I appreciate the fact that you admire them and appreciate them. I just couldn't cultivate it. I tried, honestly, David. I tried, and I couldn't get it to work for me. But anyway, that's great. And those science, I mean, you know, and one of the things that indicates, David, is just the incredible literary ability that he had. He could write the Narnia Chronicles children's stories. He could write Miracles and Mere Christianity, very sophisticated works of apologetics. And he could write literary criticism, and he could write science fiction novels, all of them very highly praised and well received.
Well, the 2 points, Brian, I've been practicing medicine for 30 years and still practicing. I'm 59, hopefully toward the end of my career, but I expect to practice another 10 years. But the 2 points I wanted to make is that the Obamacare website is a facade, and people that are joining that are actually entering with an opportunity to win the lottery, similar to the lady that you were just playing her comments in Austin.
Mm-hmm.
That's an opportunity for most people to win the lottery for health care. But it is a facade. They don't have any infrastructure, just like you mentioned yesterday. The second point I want to make is that physicians are undergoing the same process through the computerized system that's going to start next October, and the federal government has already told us expect your income to go down 50 to 80% for a few months while we get this thing up and running, having never been tested. So they're going to go through the same exact process with physicians through a system that they did with Obamacare, and it's going to hurt physicians. It's going to drive people from practice, and it's just abysmal.
Now, let me ask you for clarification on that, David. You're saying that the Obama administration is informing physicians, informing doctors. I mean, without doctors, there's no healthcare system at all in the United States. And the Obama administration says because of Obamacare, your income, at least temporarily, is going to take a 50% hit, and the government is telling you this ahead of time?
Yes, they're telling this a year ahead of time. And it's not just physicians, it's hospitals and healthcare systems. I was in a medical executive committee meeting this week, and everybody's just looking at each other going, how are you supposed to practice without cash flow, whether you're a physician or a hospital or a healthcare system? That they're introducing a new computerized coding system. Say you break your left arm. Now there are 20 codes to code that. Next year in October, there'll be 1,400 codes for a broken arm.
Oh, my gosh.
And
well, I'd read about that you had a different code if you cut your forehead walking into a lamppost compared to falling off a curb. I mean, it's just ridiculous.
Yes, and they're going to deny payment, and it's going to be so complicated, just like the President healthcare website. It's going to be untested, and they've told physicians and healthcare systems expect a 50 to 80% decrease in your income for at least a couple of months. And you know what that means? It's open-ended. So,
well, yeah, because David, if they're telling you a couple of months, I mean, they told us this website was going to be ready by October 1. And then they said, well, it'll take a couple of weeks. Then they said November 30. And now they're saying, well, we hope it's 80% of the people that'll be working for them. Then we got these IT experts in there saying, it's a minimum 6 months. You got to tear this thing down, take 6 months to rebuild it, take 6 months to repair it. If you took it offline, take 6 years to repair this thing if you try to keep it running while you're fixing it. So when they tell you 2 months, David, I mean, there's no reason that's not going to turn into 2 years.
Exactly. So let's pray for our leaders as you do every day and encourage one another in the faith. All
right. Well, thank you, David. I appreciate that. Thank you for that call. So that's amazing. There's a practicing physician being told by Obama, I'm cutting your income. My program is going to cut your income by 50 to 80% for 2 months. There's not a thing you can do about it. You're just going to have to live with it. And then we'll get this wonderful new electronic system up and running. All this coding will be in place. You'll love it. It'll be wonderful. And then apparently they're promising that the income level is going to come back up. And David is basically saying, look, I'll believe that when I see it. Let's go to Ronnie, Raton, New Mexico. Ronnie, welcome. What's on your mind?
How are you doing today?
Good. How are you?
Snowed in.
How are you? You guys got snow there, huh?
Yeah, we got a couple inches.
Oh, man, I thought with this catastrophic global warming, man, you guys ought to be baking up there. I mean, this is New Mexico. So I don't know. Maybe there's something wrong with that whole catastrophic global warming theory. I don't know. Anyway, go ahead. Tell us what's on your mind.
Yeah, well, I'm 6,000 feet above sea level, so, we're up in the mountains.
Yeah, that's a beautiful spot. I've been through Raton a number of times, driving back and forth between the Bay Area and Dallas. So anyway, Ronnie, go ahead and tell us what's on your mind.
All right, well, it's like my girlfriend. She works at this one place and stuff, and they're telling her that she needs to get on this Obama thingy. And she'd been trying since they told her. And now they're telling her that they might not be able to get on there until the 1st of January.
Yeah. Now, did she...
Not on there, she's going to get fined. So, I mean,
Yeah, now did she have...
bad enough as it is.
Yeah, did she have health insurance through her employer before?
Oh, she has it right now, and she wasn't paying anything.
Okay, so the employer was providing that for her, and now the employer is telling her, look, as of January 1, we're not going to be able to offer you insurance, so you need to go to the exchange and get insurance for yourself.
Yeah, and they're offering her somebody. It's an 80-20 thing now, but they're not sure if they're going to go with that or not. So who knows what's going on. And the thing is I see this much, around here, around Baton and stuff, we have people that have had 40-hour weeks on their work weeks. Now they're down to 32 or even less.
Yeah, because the benchmark is if you're working 30 hours a week, you're considered full-time by President Obama, and your employer is going to be obligated to provide you with insurance. So employers are saying, well, we can fix that. We'll just cut everybody back to 29 and a half, and then we're not obligated to give them insurance.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And another thing that I was wanting to talk to you about was I have a family member that works in this other area of food stamps and all that stuff. And, they see a lot of things. Myself, I'm disabled and stuff, and I try to get in there to see if I could get some help, with food stamps and stuff like that, because I'm disabled. And the thing is that I can't because I make too much money. But, yeah, I can sit here, and, this is my observation. I can sit here and see some Mexican people come in, the girls especially. They come in, they have babies, and, man, they're on there, and they got WIC, they got everything else.
Well, and we heard from that caller in Austin, they're going to be on the dole until the day they die, and they want to raise and pay, just go crank out another kid. It's really a diabolical system. All right, Ronnie, thank you for the call, for the information. We'll be right back after the news. Stay with us. You are listening to Focal Point on AFR Talk.